as I'm recording this, we are just a couple days after the shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And this is a situation where officers we really don't know at this point. There's not that much information that has come out. There's about a 15 to 20 second video where a man is walking away from police. They are shouting at him, pointing their guns at him. He looks like he's trying to either get into his car or grab something from his car. It's really not clear. And then they shoot him 7 times in the back. As of recording this, he's still alive. He's paralyzed from the waist down. He's in the hospital. And we're also not that long after the George Floyd incident in Minneapolis. And I bring these two instances up not to talk about them, but to talk about the response that people have to them. And specifically, I want to talk about those who react right away and who assume what is right away. If you have seen anyone, watch anyone, if you follow any pastors, teachers, anybody who before evidence came through and before the justice system was able to work through these incidents, and they are already condemning someone in the situation, whether it be the person that got shot or the person that did the shooting. If they jump instantly to react, if you hear someone saying things like, now is the time for action, right? We don't have to wait for more evidence. Isn't it obvious what happened? If you see someone doing that, then what you need to do is mark them, remember them, and don't listen to them again. Okay? If there is a Christian leader, particularly, that you follow in some way, who had an instant emotional reaction and made a judgment based upon that emotional reaction, you need to stop following them and stop listening to them. The reality is that we are in a very revolutionary time. We are in a very volatile time. And there is a revolutionary spirit right now that is overtaking almost everybody. And I'm not talking a revolutionary spirit that's only on the left or only on the right or whatever. It's all over the place. There is an unsubmissive spirit, a spirit that says, I will not listen to any authority. I'm my own authority. I will not listen to anyone else. There is a very dangerous spirit of revolution at work in our society right now. And any Christian leader that adds into that revolutionary spirit and who tries to stir up action without evidence, who tries to stir up zeal without knowledge, that is going to cause significant harm. Zeal without knowledge is not a good thing. It is not a good thing. That is all power and energy with no righteous direction for that power and energy to go, with no good end in sight where that power and energy is driving toward. And so if you know anyone who has decided to jump in right from the start in these situations, or any situation that is not clear, and almost nothing is clear, even when you have a 10-second video of something happening. We don't know what's going on. We really don't. And righteousness would have us wait and see what other evidence comes out, to wait and see whether or not the justice system that we have in place works. And if for some reason something unjust takes place, then to seek some means of peacefully protesting that is a fine reaction. But that's not what's going on in our society right now. People have immediate emotional reactions that causes them to call for action or to act instantly without regard for the truth, without regard for what's actually going on. And that is going to get a lot of people killed. It's already killed a lot of people, and it's going to get a lot more people killed. There is no reasoning in that kind of revolutionary atmosphere. There is no way to stop it, except for potentially a very harsh crackdown on it, which is not a good thing either. This is why when you have historically things like the French Revolution, which is the kind of spirit that I think that we are looking at right now with the kind of mob violence that is taking place across our country. When you look at the French Revolution, what is the reaction to it? Well, it's dictatorship, right? That is the next logical conclusion. That's the next part of this story. That's the next chapter. So I just want to encourage you to mark anyone that would react quickly in your church, in your denomination, in the kind of online Christian world, and in the non-Christian world, but I'm speaking especially of within the church. Mark anybody who would jump to conclusions, who would not want to wait for evidence, and would want to just immediately act, immediately call for some kind of action. They are not to be trusted. They are not to be trusted. You should not follow them. They do not deserve a following because they are not acting out of biblical wisdom. They are acting out of a revolutionary spirit. They do not want justice in that kind of situation. They want vengeance. And that is a very different thing. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. He is the one that carries that out. What we want is to seek true justice, biblical justice, which includes equal weights and measures, which includes judging without prejudice, which means that we are not going to jump to conclusions. We're going to wait till all the evidence is in. We're going to seek out more evidence and then go from there. The problem is that right now, quote-unquote justice is being carried out by mobs, which means it's not justice. Hey everyone, thanks for listening today. If you have any questions, concerns, ideas, problems, anything with what I just said, feel free to reach out to me. My email is pastormichaeljbowman@gmail.com. You can find more information about Christ Covenant Church, where I pastor, at ccc-pca.org. And if you're in the La Crosse area, I would love to get together and talk more in person. All right, bye.